We're at Panther Creek State Park. We're in the spoon section. They've done a little bit of work with the trees. They had a couple come down, look bad. Sinkhole trail, Lost Road trail. Nope. They put a ADA handicap. Another one in. New sidewalk in. Looks very good. As the trees start to get naked, you get to see the big rocks up in there. They have one, two. I think they already have 4 ADA picnic tables. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. They had 2. One right there. Let's do a little rotate. There's the trail up to the other one. There's the parking for them. We're going to ore mine. We should see some very nice views today. Put your money where your boots are. I did. I'm a member of that. I'm part of the trail pack. Well, let's see what we got here. So I can point out. Man in orange with his orange gloves. We went up here to Spoon Recreation Area. We're going to go up to the fork in the road, or mine, and up and around, and over, and back down. It's having problems from the standpoint that there's been so much leaves, so much leafage come off the trees in the last few days. We had a pretty good rain over the weekend. I had an inch at my house. An awesome rock. And wet leaves, rain beating down, they just come off. Then as the winds come up to dry out the land, the leaves come off. I was here last week and just before the rains, and the wind was good blowing them off like crazy. The problem is, if you look real close, see, you can kind of see the trail. There's enough people walking to beat the leaves down. What happens is, I'm going to be quiet for just a moment. I'm on the main part of the trail where people walk. Now I'm going to step off and walk. Now I step back over. Here's the difference. That's one way of telling if you're on the trail or not. If you're hearing a lot of noise, you're not on the trail. Wow. I haven't seen this since summer. Spring, spring, late winter. Well, late year ago. Okay? Let's see how beautiful this is. Massive. Most of this area right here you're looking at is rock. It's rock, rock, rock. And there are trees growing out of it. I see one up here. See if I get in a position to show it. I think just about. Yeah, I'm a little bit off the trail. Cold enough out, I'm not worried about snakes and stuff. I got a tree in the way. So I got a manhandle. I don't have one, but I got two. Let's zoom in. Those two trees are sitting on a rock. Look how the root system is wrapped around and found a way to live. Let's go back out. And I'm going to show you something about them. Zoom in a little bit. Follow them up. There's hardly a limb or a leaf. The one on the right is a snag. The one on the left, just barely. Let's take a short route back to the main trail. Yeah, well, there won't be a deer within a mile of this place. They're gabbies. Just telling you, I'm not complaining, I'm telling you the truth. If they're gabbing, there's no deer. And they took the right. They're going clockwise, so I gotta go counter-clockwise, be different. I'm not interested in following. Because we have options today. I had been watching a lot of YouTube video people, how to edit my videos with open shot, shortcut, Caden Live, DaVinci Resolve, all those. DaVinci Resolve doesn't work on my computer. Shortcut and Caden Live work pretty good. Open shot, it's just too much. Just can't figure it out. Zenka from Canada taught me a lot about doing B-roll. B-roll is you have your main subject, but then you have stuff that your main prime, A prime stuff, and then you have your B stuff. Well, right here is B stuff. The A stuff is the actual walk. And I just don't turn the camera off to do it. I just keep recording. I see what I want to include. That's my B-roll. Okay. See, this is the problem with all these leaves. You're trying to find footing at times. Since they went the direction they did, and I'm going the opposite, maybe we'll see deer today. A little thing, not claiming anything great, it just happens that 2 out of 3 times I'm here, I see deer. It means nothing. Okay, here, we're at the ore mine. We could go that way. But there's a group in front of me. I want to be alone a little bit. But look how beautiful the woods is today. I'm trying a different dead cat on my microphone. I was getting a little bit of wind the other day. So I put a foam pad around the end of the microphone and then slipped the dead cat over it. This one here is not designed to have a foam to go over your foam, your existing foam. It's designed in place of it, so I changed things a little bit. We should be up there on that ridge. We should be up on that ridge. This is just absolutely beautiful today. I personally don't know if I'll have anything good to look at. Yeah, there's a sinkhole. Sinkhole and rock. That's when the water washes the mineral away. I'm running, I usually film in 4K 30, and I'm running 4K 24 this time to see if it's any different. It's supposed to be, 24 is supposed to be more cinematic. So we'll find out. It isn't like I drove 11 hours to get here. It's only about a 30-minute drive from the house. So if it don't work out, I can always come back. Yes, I have my trail tools with me. I do have my tutu on me. This is not a 9-worthy trail. If you take the bike trail, I think it's the Lost Road Trail, you end up up there. Ooh, look at this. Another B-roll. there are at times things that come up and you wonder, why is there part of an old 55-gallon drum here? Well, I have an answer for that. Before this was a state park, people lived here. There's home foundations in places. You need to look for them to find them, but they're there. Hey, there goes a squirrely whirly. There's a blue jay there a little bit ago. On the tree limb to tree limb, looking very beautiful. I may not meet that group. They may go up and hook onto the 7 Sinkhole Trail. Work their way back, I don't know. Never know. Little paint blades. I have read many reviews of the trails here at Panther Creek on all trails. I'm an all trails pro, which means I pay for a membership and the privileges that comes with it, which I don't know what they are. To tell you what they are. Take a little break and catch my breath. And people complain about the trails not being marked. Well, you start looking at the time of year that they're here, this time of year, when most of the complaints are out. Then you find out they didn't stop at the Welcome Center to get a map. So they're out here, I guess, expecting to be a trail wide enough you can drive a pickup truck down, and as you can see, this is not that kind of a trail. Okay. Now, we just came up there. We're going to go that way. Some more ore mine. That is not ore mine, that's a connector. See the red tag on the tree? That hooks you up with the Lost Road Trail. Okay, up in there. I thought maybe we had a deer running up through the grass, through the leaves and stuff. There's a squirrel over there, making a lot of noise. A week ago I was here on the front 9 of the disc golf course seen 4 deer, 3 in one place, 1 in another. And I'm going to tell you something. They took off. You didn't hear them. You don't hear, like I'm stomping the leaves. You don't hear that with a deer. Okay. There's the trail we came up. Yeah, the trees are getting pretty naked. One of the problems with so many leaves being down, it is hard to see the trail at times. This time of year is every trail in East Tennessee is like that. Me. This is a good time to be here. Why? Because you can see almost everything here. You see the foundation of the forest, the timber, whichever one you want to call it. I call it wilderness. When you come out and stuff like this, you have to be prepared for what is out here. This is not downtown New York City, Chicago, St. Louis, Knoxville, Gatlinburg, Jefferson City. Rutledge. This is wilderness out here. And I just took a short map course by Corporal's Corner on YouTube. I thought this was a valley between here. It's not. There's another name for it. And I'm sorry that I can't remember it. New terminology. It's a cut. There you go. It's a cut. We're going to end up in there someplace. I can't tell you exactly where. See where the trail comes through? Oh, it's just beautiful today. Here. Trail goes up between those 2 trees. This is an area where the grasses get kind of tall. They get about waist high and they'll lean over into the trail during the summer. If there's any ticks, that's where they are, waiting for you to walk by, and they'll latch onto you and they're going to have a meal. That's how come you got to protect yourself against them. And examine yourself afterwards. I use like a deep woods off with a higher deep number than a regular off. There's not much of a breeze right here. And all I have on is a long sleeve polyester pullover and a standard old hoodie in orange. I'm a man in orange, remember? With my orange cap. And there's no breeze over here. I'm a little overdressed. It's in the mid to high 50s right now, if I remember right. My tempo meter on my rearview mirror of my vehicle. South of here is Morristown Airport. No, big 747s don't fly in here. It's a small hometown airport. But Harrison Ford flies in fairly regular because his wife's parents live in Morristown. How beautiful that is. You can see across to the ridge line on the other side of the valley. That's a valley, that's not a cut. We're just about up to the top of the ridge. Trying to think of the date. I think it's what, the 15th or 16th of November. I'm retired. None of that stuff means anything to me, other than I have a car payment and a rent payment due. Tuesday. I think it's the 15th today. Yeah, we're just about to the top. They have a little rest area up here. Rest area. You can sit, relax, take your backpack off. Have a swig of water, a cup of coffee. I forgot my water. That's the third hike I've been on. Last 3 hikes I forgot to take my water with me. Silly me. Silly me. Not good. Nice little kiosk. Sitter. Over in that section, way over there. That's where the crest is. Horse trail. Nice views of Lake Cherokee. You couldn't see those 2 months ago with the trees full leaf. See, there's a white triangle in the tree directly in front of us. That's enough up here to get you down the right part of the trail. That's all you need. Not a big deal. Bikers had a tree fall. I would say the bikers put the log on each side of it. See, the park would have just took a chainsaw and cut it up. Moved it out of the way. The bike trails are maintained by a mountain bike club. If it still in existence, I don't know anything. I just know the sign and the signage. There's an old blaze there. Excuse me again. Views across the ridgeline to the other part of the park. The trees, look at that beautiful sun. Sun's trying to peek out, trying to get some blue sky. Well, looks like there's some people in front of me. Maybe that group did take it clockwise, I don't know. Yep, I think it's that group. More B-roll. Beautiful. That tree just broke off and fell. It fell almost all the way up to the trail. Then here's this old snag. There's not much earth up here. They're just making away a living up here. That's the way it is in the wilderness. They find a way. Another black arrow on white blaze. The white blaze, white background blazes are hiking. Red is mountain bike, hiking. The yellow ones are mountain bike, horses and hiking. There you go. Zoom a bit, do some B here. That's the road in to the park. That's the road in the park coming here. Awesome sauce. There's some absolute awesome sauce. How you doing? How you doing? Look at how beautiful that is. Overlooking Lake Cherokee. Well, some of the trees, that was a living tree, and then it passed, became a snag, and then it fell, and now it's a nurse log. I know I say that almost every time I'm on a trail, but it's interesting stuff. Now, let's see if I can get something decent here. Okay. You see that tree laying almost horizontal. Let's zoom down it a little bit. It just busted there. Kind of like an old person when they fall, bust a leg. They don't break them, they bust them. Bust them pretty good too. Sometimes they just fracture them into many pieces. Us and old people, we have to be careful of that. Well, I would say from the looks of it, hogs eating around up here trying to find something to eat. You're in the wilderness, remember? We'll end up down in there someplace. Yeah, it's a real noisy video. Yeah, that's hog rooting. Deer don't do that. That's hog. Smelt something that they thought was edible and they go after it. How about a little bit of Lake Cherokee B-roll? We'll do a 360 here, why not? They weren't quite so talkative now. They've about halfway around on the trail and they're getting tired. I'm that way too. I'm not knocking them, I'm just, that's the way it is. I'm hoping late December, early January, I can be here on this trail up in here with a few inches of snow on the ground. I'll have to look at last year's video to see what trails I was on with snow here and choose different ones this year. Okay. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we're up on a ridge line. We're coming down. off the ridge line. There's an old red paint blaze. So you know, Bigfoot didn't do that. May have done that, but he probably didn't do that. How that happens is a tree falls against it, holds it down, it grows around it, then the tree that fell disintegrates over time, and you have that. That's the majority of them. Now, the Indians used to do that. So you know, markers, as I understand it, the Indians did. And I'm not saying that settlers didn't do that, but mostly by the time the settlers were coming, there was a clearly chopped down blazed trail because it was wide and open. That's how Daniel Boone did it. He cut the trees down. That's how he blazed the trail. Okay, the curvature you see there, that is not the camera. It's not your GoPro or your GoPro style camera. That's the actual lay of the land. This is a section where you have to be a little bit careful, because you might not get stopped till you get way down there. There's Lake Cherokee again. Absolutely beautiful today. Picking my footsteps. Yeah, we're going down that way in a little bit, but let's have a look. Let's do a 360 a little bit. See how that tree just burst. It didn't uproot. It burst. And while I'm looking at that, let me show you something. See, it goes up and up and up and up. But you see, here's this tree. And the top of it is hanging in there. That's a widowmaker waiting to happen. If you was down in there on the right day, at the right moment, the right second. So you can go going down the hillside there pretty quickly, and you end up down in there in the lake, possibly. I just realized I'm messing with my camera. Hang on. There we go. I forgot to plug my external microphone in. So I don't know how the sound was. I was off on the camera mic. So I don't know. We'll find out. See? You couldn't see stuff like that. Here we go. With a slightly better view of this, what I was telling you. There's that one that burst. And it's going up and up and up and into the tree. But it's laying right beside this one. Broke off, and there it is. There's the top of it. Oh yeah. That's how come whenever you're hiking, I don't care where you're hiking, you look above, you see if there's something up there wanting to come down and make your, in my case, my wife a widow. And she gets to live lavishly off my life insurance. Not that she doesn't live lavishly now, but she'd live much lavisher off my life insurance. And yes, she would miss me. She's one of those wonderful, wonderful women. See, we've been coming down pretty good off that. See, we're on the end of a ridge line. Looks like there used to be a trail over there. And trees down, so they got a different trail. This is a bike trail. I really don't know how you ride a bike on this. Up or down. But then I'm 71 and I'm not interested in taking a fall. Here's some more. Look at how steep that is. 100 foot to the bottom of what I could see. And we're coming out of one type of ecosystem, and we'll come down and we're working our way into the pine tree, the evergreen area. If you keep your eyes open and watch for stuff like that, it's awesomely interesting. You can see the lake down in there a little bit. We're about halfway down. I think this is the harder side to go too. If you do the trail clockwise, this is, I think, is the harder side. Trees growing in amongst the rocks, finding a way to survive. Who knows how many hundreds, if not thousands, of seeds have fallen, and these are the ones that made it. I normally don't go down the steps here, but I'm going to do it because of the leaves. Awesome rocks. Yeah, that one will probably need to be moved someday. Move it up over there onto that one. This corner's got 3 of them, so not a big major thing. And here's this awesome tree. Zoom me in on it a little bit, look at it a little bit more closely. It's all twisty. It grew up twisty. That may be a burnt section, I don't know. Just interesting, some of the stuff you find on these trails. Now, we're on the south side of the ridge. And there's a lot of interesting things here also. See, we're still going down. Take it right. Beautiful tree. If you look right through there, we were up there. There's a tree up there you can see. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. Yeah. You see that one right in the center? That, let me get the gimbal to work. Come on, gimbal, 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 come on. Right there, right in the center of that gray stalk. That's up on the ridge line. We walked by that one. Yes, we did. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous today. Yeah, we're about halfway down. See that one right there? There's a snag. It's waiting for just the right moment to let go and fall down through there. I shouldn't be doing it. I'm directly underneath that snag. Widowmaker. I just want to see, so you see how steep that is. Still going downhill. That blaze I moved, it wasn't down like that the last time I was here on that trail, on this trail. So that's something fairly new. I'd have to look back in my videos, photo history, to see whenever I was on this the last time. And it's entirely possible. The reason I didn't see it is because it's tall grass. There's steps you can go up. Whichever one works for you, steps or the dirt. One of the things about hiking, keep your head. Okay, I'm looking at something. I'll show you. Zooming in. See that gray line? That's a trail. That's the trail back to the parking lot area. We have a ways to go before we get there, but there you go. Look at that tree. In the rocks. Pine trees. In the rocks. In the rocks. Growing. Phew. That stuff doesn't happen overnight. As I said earlier, thousands of seeds. Now I'm wondering, do I or do I not? See, the trail goes right here. You see this? There's a trail there. I'm thinking, oh, guess what? That isn't the trail. There's the steps. I was contemplating something for nothing, when all I needed to do is just take about 4 more steps and I would have seen the steps. That's it. Using my head, not getting lost, trying to decide. And I decided to move forward. Oh wow, I stepped wrong. Move forward to ascertain if I wanted to go down, because if I go down and it's wrong, I have to go back up. That's what you think about. Yeah. See, that's how come that's a little bit rougher. Yeah, that one's on a snag too. I may need to move it someday. I'm still around. Some of these snags last forever. That didn't happen overnight. They probably put those tags on about 10 years ago. And it's still here. We have got a lesson in navigation. Unplanned lesson in navigation right there. Pretty good. I'm off trail just a little bit. I'm up on this big rock section. We're in East Tennessee. And we have cactus. Cacti. And we have a sinky hole. Let's go see how close we come to the sinky hole. And probably the reason I went out here is I'm on rock that is not wet. There's moss on that rock. It could be a slip slide. Bust hip, bust leg, bust arm. Hike like an adult. Use your head. Think wisely. The one thing about this, you get remotely lost and you have no idea which way to go. I'm going to tell you what you do. You see this? See what I'm doing? I did a 180. I'm going back the way I came. That's how you get unlost. Let me go ahead and finish this 360. Really, it is relatively that easy. Go back the way you came. Sometimes it is not that easy, but many times it's just that easy. I got lost in West Big Hill Pond. The blazes disappeared. Wasn't any more blazes. I couldn't see any as far as I could look. And I went another 100 foot. Still didn't find any blazes. I did a 180 and returned back to the blaze I could find. Followed my trail back. And I got back to my van. It's called stopping and doing 360s. I was filming, so stopping and doing 360s and looking around and seeing where you're at, and then your mind will pick up points. For example, am I on the right trail trying to get back? Oh, I see in this rock here on on my way up. Oh, here's that rock again. I'm on the correct trail to return to my vehicle. Really, it can be that simple, Simon. Sometimes it's not. I'm going to tell you, sometimes it is not that simple, Simon. Hey, that one a chipmunk. Right in there, jumped off of something and hit that pile of leaves and just dove in. Little chipmunk. I didn't see chipmunks ever in my life, to my knowledge, until we got up here, started hiking in the Smokies, Panther Creek, Cumberland Gap. And I normally see more chipmunks than I do squirrels in the Smokies. I see more squirrels here than chipmunks. Okay, we've come to fork in the road. Or Mine Trail. We just came down that. That actually is this trail over here. It will take you down to the lake trail and the Point Lookout Trail, 400 foot from here. That's a nice trail. I've been down it. Been down to the lake. Very nice. That's where the horse trail is. The lake trail is the horse trail. But we're going to go down this part of the ore mine. Remember. Okay, it's this one. I think down here we meet up with the section of the 7 sinkhole. If I remember correctly. I'm going to say this. Look how beautiful that is over there. I've been hiking here for 3 years. Over 3 years now. I think I was here in October 3 years ago. And it's now November 3 years ago. So I've been hiking here over 3 years. And I always carry a map. And you would think I know these trails. Can I tell you something? They change. Like right now. Yeah, it's very simple, this trail, this part of the trail. But you never leave home without a map. And if you don't have a map when you get here, you go down to the Welcome Center. Towards the parking lot, there's a little kiosk. They have maps there. And if you want to have a complete set, you go in and you get the black and white copy of the disc golf. That will get you to the start of the disc golf course. And the best map there is on the info sign. Get a picture of that. Go home, print it out. That kind of stuff. And carry both, because some parts of this park, the disc golf and the hiking trails, I opened it up the best I could. Come across. Told you this bottom part of the trail is really interesting because you're out here on the rock. I heard something way down in there. It may have been a squirrel. Deer are fairly quiet when they run. Bear and squirrel are noisy. See, something's rubbed on this tree. It's dead. It's a snag. I need to get away from it before it falls on me. Look at that massive tree. And it's attached itself to a big section of rock. Most of the trees right here are attached to rock. Growing out of rock. Look at that. We just came across all that rock section there. Very nice. Very, 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 very nice. We are getting close to the key in the road to make a right and go back to the parking lot. Let's see what we can do for the rest of the day. Yeah, we're just about back. That white area, that's the vehicle. So we're just a little bit north of the parking lot. Look at the rock area. Wow. I wonder why there's a red arrow down here. It's the only red arrow on this trail. Don't know. Pan a little bit to the left, to the right I mean. Look at the color of the trees. There are some that haven't changed yet. They haven't reached their peak yet. Very interesting. Here's a tree that's made a living right there in that rock. Well, did make a living, it's a snag now. Snaggerific. Yeah, it looks like they're catching up to that group that was in front of us. There's a scary one. See that? That's a scary one. See that one? Right here. And there's some of it. And there's some of it. I need to move away from it. I shouldn't have been there filming it, but look, that's something to be need to be filmed. We should be just a few steps away from the turn to go to the parking lot. Just awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Just awesome. Yep, we're just about there. We'll be down in there in just a few moments. Right up here's the T in the road. Maybe 50 foot. 50, 60. Now we got to figure our way down. Yeah, remember? We were here not much long ago. We went that way. We went that way. Up that valley. That's a valley, that's not a cut, that's a valley. And we came that way, counterclockwise. Without the leaves on here, you can see the roots a whole lot better than what I can right now. Lost Road mountain bike trail, you're up there. That may be the next one we do. Just go up and take it down along the lake. The one I don't like. I did it late spring, early summer, and I didn't really like it. Too many bushes and stuff overgrowing. I'm tick silly and bear scared. I'm bear scared. And then Ranger Humboldt told me there's basically no bear here that live here. There may be one you can transit going from point A to point B someplace, but otherwise you don't see bear here. You see deer. I've seen evidence of hog. You know, one of the things about the leaves like this, there isn't an animal near you because deer don't make this kind of noise. I'm shuffling, kicking the leaves, so I'm making a lot of disturbance, a lot of noise. There ain't nothing around me. I could have scared a deer out. They could be up on that ridge line watching me. I'm going to tell you, I've never seen them. Another one of those trees growing around a rock. A water runoff area. Let's zoom up, see how big that thing is. Yeah. That sucker is pretty tall indeed. And there's one, broke off, about 10 foot up. These trails get a little bit more gone every year. Water runoff, people walking on them. Excuse me again. That one split off, broke off and fell. Park just cut it. Cut it and rolled it out of the way. Cut it and cut it. They don't haul stuff away. It's supposed to be here. We're visitors. They live here and die here. So don't get uppity about who you are. You're a visitor. You need to conduct yourself like a visitor.